In today's Nugget series, I want us to have a look at identify risks process. Identify risks is the process of determining which risks may affect the project and documenting their characteristics. Key benefits of this process are it documents existing risks and it provides the project with knowledge and ability on how to anticipate risks. What to be considered during this process? It should involve the project team and appropriate stakeholders. It is an iterative process. It has to be kept simple, and it also provides a team building exercise for the project team. Inputs, tools, and techniques and outputs. Inputs are risk management plan, cost management plan, schedule management plan, quality management plan, human resource management plan, scope baseline, activity cost estimates, activity duration estimates, stakeholder register, project documents, procurements documents, enterprise environmental factors, and organizational process assets. Tools and techniques are documentation review, information gathering, techniques, gathering checklist analysis, assumption analysis, diagramming techniques, SWOT analysis, and expert judgment. The output is a risk register. Risk management plan. It is described in section 11.131. It provides assignment of roles and responsibilities when it comes to risks. It provides risk management activities in budget and schedule and categories of risks. That is a risk breakdown structure, RBS. Cost management plan. It is described in section 7.131, and it provides processes and controls that can help to identify project risks. Schedule management plan. It is described in section 6.131. It provides insight to project time, schedule objectives, and expectations. Quality management plan. It is described in section 8.131. It provides a baseline of quality measures and metrics to identify risks process. Human resource management plan. It is described in section 9.131. It provides guidance on how project human resource is defined, staffed, managed, and released. It contains the project organizational chart and staffing management plan. Scope baseline. It is described in section 5.431. It provides project assumptions, potential causes of some of the risks. It facilitates an understanding of how of potential risks at both macro and micro levels, and and risk can be identified and tracked at summary, control account, and or work package levels. Activity cost estimates, they are described in section 7231. They provide a quantitative assessment of the likely cost to complete scheduled activities. Risk assessment will indicate whether the cost estimates are sufficient or not. Activity duration estimates, they are described in section 6531. They are useful in identifying potential risks related to time allowances, and risk assessment will indicate whether the duration estimates are sufficient or not. Stakeholder register, it is described in section 13131. It is useful for soliciting inputs to identify risks, and it ensures key stakeholders, e.g. customer and a sponsor, are interviewed. Project documents, they include but not limited to project charter, project schedule network diagrams, issue logs, quality checklists, and other information. Procurements documents, they are described in section 12133. They are also key inputs to the identify risks process, and they determine the level of details of risks associated with procurements. Enterprise environmental factors, they are described in section 215. They include but not limited to published information, including a commercial database, academic studies, published checklists, and benchmarking, and in industry studies and risk attitudes. Organizational process assets, they are described in section 214. They include but not limited to project files, including actual data, organizational and project process controls, risk statement formats or templates, and lesson learned. Tools and techniques, documentation reviews. These are structured reviews of project documentation. They include but not limited to reviews of subsidiary plans, assumptions, previous project files, and agreements. Information gathering techniques. Examples include but not limited to brainstorming, Delphi technique, interviewing, and root cause analysis. Checklist analysis. It is developed based on historic information and knowledge, and it is a low level of risk breakdown structure. Assumption analysis. It identifies risks to project from inaccuracy, instability, inconsistency, or incompleteness of assumptions. Diagramming techniques. They include but not limited to cause and effect diagrams, system or process flow charts, and influence diagrams. SWOT analysis. It examines the project from strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats perspectives. It compares strengths versus weaknesses. It compares opportunities versus threats. It analyzes strengths to overcome threats. And it analyzes opportunities to overcome weaknesses. Expert judgment. It is used to identify risks using experience from similar projects. It can be sourced from, but not limited to, the following: other project managers, senior managers, industry groups or consultants, and subject matter experts. And the output is a risk register. It documents the results of risk analysis and risk response. It includes, but not limited to, list of identified risks and list of potential responses. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more video updates.